Where the fuck's my canteen? I need water, actually. Yeah, fuck, it's one of those things. Okay, so I am going to start very soon, but first I gotta make sure people know that we're live, so do stick with me there. Let's see, let's just go ahead and share it. No, I'm banned on Twitter, Blogger, Reddit, Tumblr, fuck Tumblr, Pinterest, VK. I am on that Russian site though. LinkedIn, good God. Wow, half of these things I don't even know. Anyway. But yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, AirsoftAL, the Command's Airsofter, who's got a lot of updates for you, so you better stick around and listen to them, because a lot of these updates have to do with the channel, the Milsim that I'm working on, which is not only in 2 states, but now possibly 3 states, although the third one's kind of questionable, but definitely confirmed 2 states, and no joke, this is a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it now, folks. This is where things are going to be fun. Let's see here. Okay, making sure that live chat is on. All that good jazz. Anyway, there we go. Share the thing everywhere, because of course I got to. There we go. All right, there we go. Anyway, but yeah, no, seriously though. Let me just go ahead and get the big news out of the way. Operation Burning Star has been picked up, or at least is. Okay, let me just back it up. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Lunatic is a veteran and the guy who actually sent me the third-person GoPro mount. Now, Lunatic is a Army veteran, United States Army, and I came to him a little bit to kind of help out with some proofreading for the new story to Operation Burning Star. A totally separate video is going to come out for that. I'm not going to spend all that time, because if I do, it's going to take 30-something minutes in order to explain the entire story of the new story. Anyway, moving on. Lunatic and I started talking and hitting it off, and he was like, hey, I can actually do this up here if you want. And I'm like, what? For those of you who don't know, Lunatic is in Pennsylvania, where Apex is. And yeah, Operation Burning Star is now going to have an event in Pennsylvania in possibly May of next year. Again, I cannot fully confirm it, but I will tell you now that yes, we now have an event in Pennsylvania. The event in Texas is still probably going to happen. I'm still in talks with Tank over there at Tank's Paintball / Tank's Airsoft, so definitely go check them out on Facebook. It's in Richmond, Texas. As for the Pennsylvania event, I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, but I will let you know, or I'll probably bring Lunatic on, and we'll just bounce off each other. I don't know. We're gonna see how things go. As for Operation Burning Star as a whole, yes, the new story is being proofread, and it's going to be brought out there. But I'm probably going to have my friend. I'm probably going to talk to some of my friends and my other content creator friends and see if they wouldn't mind doing a collaboration and maybe jumping on and helping out and having fun and making this whole lore video, or like an action trailer of sorts. Try and come up with something actually nice to kind of convey the new story for Operation Burning Star and sort of what's going on in the world. Outside of that, though, that's about it in terms of Operation Burning Star. There's still a lot going on. There's still a lot being worked on. So that's just how it's going to be. Moving on. Reviews. Right now, I'm currently trying to figure out what gun to review next. I might be doing the Armor Works High Kappa, or possibly the Classic Army PMC AK. I don't know yet. I'm still working on that. So kind of stay there. I promise you something's going to happen, so we're going to kind of work on that, because I know the last review was the SRU kit, and that wasn't my traditional review, but I promise you a traditional AirsoftAL review will be coming very soon. Let me think, what else is there? Some minor stuff, really. YouTube is allowing us to make money again, yes, but right now they're being very, very interesting in terms of how they're doing it. They're trying to make it so that way, they're trying to make me conform to their new family friendliness. I'm not doing that, folks. You know me well enough. I'm not doing that. So while yes, we are making money from YouTube again, that doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't stop donating. And a lot of you haven't stopped donating. A lot of you donate a lot of money. Hell, the SRU kit was a sponsor review from Top Shots, who I'm talking to see if he doesn't want to kind of jump on board onto the channel and actually start making content and kind of help grow his channel a bit. Let me think here. A big thing right now, especially in terms of content, is that Apex and I are talking about actually jumping on to other platforms that are a lot better, that a lot of the other YouTubers are jumping onto, like Subscribestar or even BitChute. I only found out about BitChute through Magog of Morscar and his titty episode. Yeah, that was a fun video. Laughed so hard about. But yeah, no, definitely talking with him about jumping onto another doing some more risque content, having more less restricted content for that primary thing, and actually having a lot more fun and doing a lot more trying to think here, what's the best word for it? A lot more to that to kind of try and help do revenue. But again, me and Apex are still talking, so I can't exactly 100% say, hey, this is what we're doing. The biggest one, though, is October. Yes, next month is October, and as everyone knows, the next bit of reviews in October is just going to be nothing but guns of insanity. That's the theme this year, is that Apex has found these guns that are so bad that they drive me insane. So this October reviews is going to be nothing but guns that are going to drive me insane, i.e. guns of insanity. And yes, those are being edited as we speak, and I'm going to actually talk to my buddy Coyote, who edited the Elite Force M4 review, and see if he doesn't want to jump on and have a ball of fun with those reviews and just throw his magic in there just to have fun. Anyway, though. That's about it. Not a big update, but a small update. But to kind of run you back to those who didn't get it, Operation Burning Star, the Milsim that I'm actually building up and working on, is now going to have a Pennsylvania branch thanks to a United States Army veteran. And he is actually going to be jumping on and helping out with the story, with it. I'm hoping a lot of stuff to kind of help me, because I'm the only guy who's actually doing anything with Operation Burning Star. I am literally the only dude who's working on it, and I've just recently opened up to a lot of people to say, hey, could you help me out with this Milsim I'm trying to build? It's definitely something I'm wanting to do. Then, of course, the monetization stuff, that's what's going on, what have you, opening up to other content creators. Yeah, Dr. Airsoft, you can PM me on Discord. Believe me, Paladin, I would love for you to start the Louisiana branch. I would love you very much to do so. Also, let me go ahead and drop the Discord link in chat, so that way everyone can come. It is literally a 24-hour link, so please do jump in. But in all seriousness, though, let me go ahead and catch you guys up, or at least give you a nice little hint as to what the new story for Operation Burning Star Milsim is. So there was a real event in history, and I think a lot of you will find this interesting. There was a real event in history in 1969 in March, the month I was born, where the Chinese attacked the Soviets over some land that the Soviets had controlled. And according to the Soviets, the Chinese killed a lot of Soviets, while according to the Soviets, the Chinese really didn't kill a lot of them, but they killed a lot of the Chinese. Anyway, this thing was a 3-week border conflict, not a war, a conflict. And apparently the Soviets signed a peace treaty with China and was like, okay, yeah, you can have back the land that we had held for a long time. Here you go, have it back. My mind was like, wait a minute, what if the Soviets didn't let go of the land? What if the Soviets kicked the Chinese ass and took more of China? That is essentially the premise of Operation Burning Star, or at least the news story for Operation Burning Star. And while, yes, the majority of the Milsim events in America, North America, primarily, is going to be concentrated primarily on the U.S. side of the war, I am wanting to do a European and Asian theater to kind of cover what's going on with Russia and China, because essentially this is full-on World War III and Red Dawn. Not that shitty remake, the original Red Dawn. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm dead serious here. That is essentially what's going on. It's us with the Russians and NATO against communist China and a lot of other stuff. I don't want to spoil too much for you because I want to wait until I actually get a video done or at least do something for that. But believe me, you guys are going to love it, and I think everyone's going to like it. I am going to be doing more posts in the community tab of the YouTube channel talking about the Milsim as well as a lot of other stuff. Believe me, it's really cool. But for those of you who are in the Pennsylvania area or near Pennsylvania, look around in May, watch the channel here as well as a few others. I will let you know what Lunatic does. Exactly. I love it. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And the Chinese didn't learn the first time that the Soviets, you kind of want to fuck with the Russians. Just don't mess with the Russians. The German learned this lesson. The Chinese really did. They did not. But in all seriousness, though, I do want to kind of dive a little bit more into the Milsim aspect of it, as well as why my Milsim is going to stand apart from everyone else. Well, yeah, of course, Napoleon. But the big thing I think a lot of you guys are going to love about Operation Burning Star is that it's going to be like a real war. Every event is going to be its own concentrated thing, but what happens at one event is going to affect another. Like, let's say in Pennsylvania, he said he's going to actually be doing something that helps the Texans. I'm not sure. Let's say Lunatic, in his event in Pennsylvania, they find out about a chemical strike that's going to take place on one of the fronts, and they have to get that information to Central Command. Well, they get that information to Central Command, and then we introduce a new game type. I know, the Republic of China. When I'm talking about China, I'm talking communist China, Dr. Airsoft. But in all seriousness, though, essentially, the way I want to do Operation Burning Star is handle it like a real conflict, where if one battle is lost, then what happens at that battle, then what happened there is going to affect the rest of the theater and the rest of the war. There's possibly going to be chemical attacks, possible weapons smuggling, rebel fighters, things like that. And one that I want to do that just will blow people's minds is drones. Hear me out. Hear me out. Before you say anything, hear me out. RC jet fighters, RC bombers, RC A-10 Warthogs, actual little RC planes that actually do act like real jets, have engines and everything, with cameras fixed on them, and actual working airsoft guns and stuff like that, and little Bombays that actually drop BBs on people, actually have real air support and little dogfights happening above the actual event to kind of give that extra level of immersion, just to kind of give that sense of it. And in my opinion, I would love to do that. But again, it's one of those ambitions, reality. And in reality, the probably best I'm going to do is the simulated chemical attacks, / gas attacks, live news coverage. That's another one. Is I want to try and live stream the event and kind of paint off as like an actual live broadcast coverage, like what we had in the Vietnam War, where there were reporters in combat actually recording this and broadcasting it back to the States. Kind of do that for Facebook, YouTube, things like that, and do it for people who weren't able to come to the event, but they want to know exactly what's going on at the event. That's what I want to do for Operation Burning Star and kind of set it apart from everyone else, as well as try and get coordination with the European Milsim, if ever a European Milsim kicks off the ground and we actually get to see the Russians against the PLA, and that fun does. Either way, though. Final recap, of course, is the reviews are in the works. I just haven't decided which one I want to do. The Armorer Works High Kappa or the Classic Army AK, a PMC AK. And then finally, next month, as I've said before, is October, which means Paladin, you already know, you've already seen the trailer. Get ready to say your favorite quote for me from the last couple of October reviews. Next October this October, i.e. next month, is Guns of Insanity. Meaning that these guns will possibly drive me insane, and I will probably be singing Funny Farm, where of course those lovely men in their great with their great little white jumpers are gonna come and take me away. Anywho, but in all seriousness though, I probably will work with Coyote Airsoft to actually try and get those videos worked out and what have you. So again, we'll see how that goes. I don't know how Coyote is going to feel about editing 13 videos. Yeah. Anyway, I know. Believe me. Here's the thing, though, Doctor. For me, the Milsim is not going to be handled by me personally. It's actually, which this is what a lot of cool things are going to do. The Milsim idea is essentially the story itself. Tanks Airsoft is going to take a part of the war. Pennsylvania is going to take a part of the war, and they're going to take the idea. It's literally like Starship Troopers. Yeah, the war is cool and all, but what about what's going on with these people? That's essentially what Operation Burning Star is. It's literally the stories in the background. Here's what's going on the forescreen. It's like Red Dawn with, yeah, this is what's going on with the war, but we care more about what's going on here in this small little area than compared to the rest of the actual U.S. Yeah. Essentially, each event is its own flavor. That's what I want to go with. That's what I want to do for Operation Burning Star is let everyone have their own flavor of the war and kind of be like, okay, here's what's going on in New Mexico on the front line. Here's what's going on behind the lines in the occupied territory of Nevada or Utah. Here's what's going on in Tennessee because there's they've infiltrated. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not going to be one self-contained story. It's going to be a litter of stories. Hey, Starship Troopers wasn't a stupid parody. It was a satire of a good film. If you want a good storytelling, go watch the TV series Starship Troopers Roughneck Chronicles. It's actually pretty good, Dr. Airsoft. Like, no joke, it really is. But yeah, more or less, it's going to give... The best way to describe how I came about this is I was reading through history, trying to find an inspiration while listening to 80s music. And when doing that, I'm not even joking on this. Not even joking. One of the songs that kicked in was Holy Diver. And I found the story on the Sino-Soviet War and the Sino-Soviet border conflict. And I was rocking out the Holy Diver. And then AC/DC kicked in, and Black Sabbath kicked in, and Ozzy, and literally all the great 70s and 80s bands as I was furiously typing away at the first draft of the story. So, yeah, best way to describe it, 80s action flick. Just an 80s action flick where you turn off your brain and you just enjoy the explosions on screen. That's the best way to describe Operation Burning Star. Whether or not they'll actually do that at other events, I don't know. But it's just one of those things. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, the Commons Airsofter, who makes updates whenever he can to kind of keep you guys informed on what in the world is going on. Anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, and I will see all you lovely people in the next update. Till next time.